be doing a quick, moderately quick fashion video right now. No matter where I film, no matter what I do, I always see reflections in something. Right now, I'm reflecting everything off of the television, apparently. I give up. So, we're going to be talking about a fashion staple, or used to be a fashion staple, that nobody does anymore, and it's a shame. We'll be talking about these. Does anybody know what these are? I got a gold one too. If you know what this is, pause the video. Or if you're a fast typer, put it down in the comment section. How many of you know what this is? And that's sad. Because they're phenomenal. And I'm going to tell you why. It doesn't matter what you buy. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Nobody asks what the brand name is. What's important is the fit. If you can get a $200 suit and get it tailored for you, it's going to look better than if you got a $7,000 suit and it looks horrible. It's mismatched. The legs are too long. They're too baggy. Nothing's tapered. Nothing's tailored. The worst thing that you can do, especially if you've decided that you want to take that journey into menswear and to spend a little bit of money to try to do that, the worst thing that you can do is get something that just does not fit. It's horrible. So, I'm going to be doing my best to try to stop that today. So, these right here. I just got a new shirt. I wanted to try out Charles Tyrwhitt. I say Tyrwhitt because Tyrant makes it sound like I'm trying to say tyrant, and I feel like that's not, I feel like it's offensive. I don't know. But Charles Tyrwhitt. And whenever I get something that's off the shelf, most of my button downs are bespoke, or at least made to measure, because I have weird dimensions. My neck, I have like a size 18 neck, but I'm only 200 pounds. So I played rugby, and I played hook and rugby in high school and in college. And back then, if you were in the scrum and you had a weak neck, you were pretty much dead. So it was either grow your neck or die. And I think that I probably added about 3 inches to my neck in like one season. It's crazy. So I have a very thick neck, and my neck size is indicative of somebody who's probably 300, 350, honestly. So I have to get my stuff made to measure. But I've been hearing nothing but good things about this Charles Tyrwhitt, so I decided to order it, and the results were actually not bad. The shirts were very, very good. Good quality, good weaving, good fabric, good everything. But the problem is, when you have my neck size, I get in the super, super slim. But because of my size, the sleeves are huge. They're so long. Usually I'll get like a 32 or a 33 sleeve, and the only ones I could get were 36, so they're like 4 inches too long. And what you have here is this situation, where if I stand up, that's what it looks like. It just drops right down. This looks horrible. It looks terrible. So, another thing that I don't like about Charles Tyrwhitt, though, not to get into Charles Tyrwhitt, because that's not the point of the video, but Charles Tyrwhitt, their double buttons are vertical instead of horizontal, so I can't make the cuff any smaller, but whatever. So, what do we do? How do we get apart from that? How do we stop this? How do I stop from walking around like this? I get one of these, put it on the sleeve, like this, pull up the sleeve to where you want it, and boom. So, these are called sleeve garters or arm garters, and you might be familiar with the garters that, people wear on their legs. You might be familiar with the type of garter that keeps your dress shirt tucked in. You tie them on your thighs and attach it to the bottom of your dress shirt so your dress shirt doesn't come untucked. But these right here are single-handedly the most overlooked fashion accessory in both men and women's fashion, I think. Especially if you do what I do and you wear a suit all the time. People aren't going to see the arm garters, but I've gotten nothing but compliments off of the arm garters. People know kind of what they are, and they're like, "Oh wow, that's cool." It is another step to going out there and showing and proving that you're a little bit different, and you stepped up your fashion game. So these things date back to the beginning of time. You go and you look at certain timepiece era themed shows that take place in the 1800s all the way to the early 1900s. And if there are well-dressed, well-suited individuals, they're probably wearing arm garters. So back in the day, and we're going back, let's go back to the mid-1800s. Back in the mid-1800s, you didn't wear shirts. You didn't wear stuff like this. You wore shirts and shirt-like things. It was the same thing as your underwear. You wore it underneath of your clothing. And back then, it was all custom made. Everything was custom made. There were no people out there making clothes. It was custom made, usually by a family member, by like your mother or a significant other or something like that. But then, when fashion started to change, you started being able to wear shirts, undershirts, undercoats, and whatnot. There was a market now, and people started making these shirts in these sizes. And when they started making these shirts, it was a one-size-fits-all. There were no specifications. There was no small, medium, or large. They were all the same size. So, I don't know what that size was. It reminds me of the BMI, the body mass index. It doesn't take into account muscle, and it doesn't take into account if you're a larger, taller, stockier individual who's not fat but just larger. It's based on this ideal man in 1970, whatever, that was 5'7" and 160 pounds, and anything over that, you're obese. It's crazy. Basically the same thing like that with the shirts. One size fits all based on this ideal male that supposedly fit the majority of the people. So, where did arm garters begin, or sleeve garters begin? Sleeve garters were made as the great equalizer to that problem. People started wearing sleeve garters because the clothing was a one-size-fits-all. A little similar to this Charles Tyrwhitt. They decided that since I have a size 18, 17.5-inch neck, then I must be a large man, and I must need a size 36 sleeve. That's just not the case. So I'm still using it for the exact same reason as why it was created. But that's why it was created. It was created because it was a one-size-fits-all clothing, and obviously not everybody is the same size, right? It's ridiculous. So, in this day and age, these are still very, very relevant. And again, I think they're also talking pieces. If you take off your coat, and let's say you're wearing a 3-piece, or if you're just wearing a 2-piece, and you go down to your shirt, your pants, and you have these arm garters, man, I think people are going to be, like I said, everyone's been nothing but complimentary to me. It's a staple, especially. A lot of my fashion is heavily influenced by British fashion from the 1920s, so it really goes right along with what I'm already wearing. The same thing in Italian fashion. Used to utilize arm garters, but not as much as American and English. So, get yourself a pair of these. These are not expensive. For men and women, both can wear it. These are not expensive. If you wear a jacket, no one will ever see it, but you're going to be able to actually wear a sleeve that works and that fits and that doesn't look ridiculous. Whether you're doing this all day and hiking your sleeves up, or whether they're just falling down and you're saying, you know what, forget about it. Nothing can ruin your wardrobe. You've killed it. You've done everything right. Nothing can ruin it like a sleeve that's sticking out too long and covering your hand. It's horrible. You have to make sure the stars align, and this is going to help you. This is going to help you do that. So, these things, go online, look for them. Go on Amazon, Walmart, they sell them. Third parties sell them. $10, $15. They're comfortable. You forget that they're even there. They're stylish. This is the number one accessory, in my opinion, that people are just not using. And it's easy, it's clean, it's cheap, it's affordable. And it helps you because whether you're buying secondhand or whether you're just buying something like I did, Charles Tyrwhitt, I don't want to have to keep paying for made-to-measure shirts, bespoke shirts. That stuff is expensive. So you get stuff off the rack, or you get stuff vintage clothes, or you get stuff at thrift stores, and you have to tailor it. It's not worth tailoring a dress shirt, in my opinion. I'll tailor a suit all day. I'll do everything that I need to tailor that suit. I know how to do everything, future video perhaps, but I'll tailor everything on a suit. But with dress, it's just not worth it. I would rather not even buy the shirt, to be honest with you. But with this, I don't have to. I can go ahead and buy it. I can go ahead and do what I need to do. So, sleeve garters, highly recommend them. Number one accessory no one's using. Hopefully that changes. Hopefully that's you. And if more people start wearing them, you're going to have a lot better options, I think, out there. So these ones right here are stretchy, and they're like a chain. So that's the only thing. When you stretch it and you come back, sometimes it pinches your skin a little bit. But there's also straps. And so there's nylon straps that you put up, and you can adjust it. They're fully adjustable. Just as a means to keep it's a means to an end, right? It's not, yes, these ones are flashy, and you can use these as a conversation starter and an attention getter, but it's a means to an end, and that means is to hold your sleeve up. Easy enough. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. If you wouldn't mind, hit that like button, and if you like these videos, please consider subbing. Be coming out with new stuff soon. Thank you, everybody, and I hope you have a great day.